And it's my pleasure to have Tim McCarthy here with us today. He's founder of the Business of Good Foundation, in addition to a number of other businesses, which he's going to talk about today. Can I see, raise of hands, who's taking business classes? I'm assuming it's pretty much all of you. Okay, so they're looking at going into business. Why is it a good time to go into business? And what awaits our students? So are you optimistic?
Yeah, I don't think the economy matters a bit. Like, not at all. Good businesses are started in recessions. They're started in high motor economies. It's really relatively irrelevant. It'll affect you some, like if you have to borrow money, you're going to buy at higher rates now and stuff like that. There's only one reason to, well, there's one reason to start a business and one way to start a business. The reason is to take care of you and your family. Never anything more or less. And don't ever lose track of that. When we have our first segment of 8, when we train people to get them ready to pitch for a loan, the first class is not about business at all. We have them write a life plan, not a business plan. Your business should fit into your life. And your business's sole purpose is to take care of you and your family. When to start a business is so desperately simple that I'm embarrassed to say it. It's when you're familiar with a category that you can see an unfulfilled need. You're in restaurants and nobody has good chicken fingers. You're in technology, and I know you're in taxis and they're getting too expensive and they're, a pain. See where I'm going? Where in your little town there's not enough hairdressers. The hairdressers are always booked. That means it's time to start a hairdressing business. I mean, truly, it's literally that simple. I didn't say it was easy. I'm telling you, it's that simple. Find out what people want or need and give it to them.
He has written a book. It's called A Journey to Engage Philanthropy. And it was pretty clear that you're on this page of meaningfulness and happiness, along with my students. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on the intersection of that and working in business. How do the two come together?
So, especially those of you who told her that, why is it important to have happiness and meaningfulness as a part of your business approach?
You don't like your business and you're just there collecting paychecks.
So true, so true. The deeper answer is equally simple and stunning. When you start a business and to maintain or grow a business, you are gonna get the shit kicked out of you. I'm telling you, there's no way around it. No way around it. It is gonna bring you to your knees. On many, many, many occasions. And so what adds to resilience but your happiness or your love for the business or you're doing something of meaning? I mean, every one of us has been through stuff that when we're doing something meaningful, we can take a lot more crap, right? I mean, we can put up with so much more when we think we're doing something of meaning, right? That's why I love that she brought up happiness and meaning becoming a part of business.
Okay. So, long career, successfully starting, growing businesses. Can you give me 3 leadership skills or qualities that you think have given you your success? So the top 3?
Well, first that assumes I'm a success. I'm becoming a success, I think. I still have a lot of setbacks. Alice will attest. Probably the most is I get people off guard. Hopefully I've already done it with you by being ridiculously transparent. And that's probably helped me more than anything to lead. Because I found out early, because I certainly, just like you and everybody else, tried it the other way. But I found out really, even when you have to struggle to tell the truth, your truth, tell it. Because even if it's bad truth, it's better to have it out there so everybody can deal with it. So I think a real quality of leadership is to be genuine and transparent. Because then, you know, I never had to be going back and covering my tracks. You know? Another which I strike out on mostly, but is so it's not me that's that, but I do think humility has a lot to do with the people I look up to that are terribly successful. They get through a lot of things just because they're humble. They know they're not full, you know. Like in decision making, like if you're not humble, then you think you've got the answer. And I found out long ago, you know, I'm fairly smart, but if I have two people helping me, I've got twice as good a chance to get the right answer. 3 people helping me, I got 3 times the chance to get the right answer. And then the other, I guess the other leadership, I did write it down. She gave me the questions ahead of time. And I think I remember 2 of them. Yeah, you'll hate this one. You got to be able to do all the things you hate to do. Truly, because nothing works unless, you know. I hated to sell. It doesn't sound like it now because I'm pretty full of poo. But I hated to sell. I hated to do the real selling that Tom knows. You know, that he and I have both done most of our careers, where you really got to just gulp down your ego and get ready to be told no, you know, and then pick yourself up and, you know. I hated numbers, still hate numbers. And yet if you're going to lead and be successful, you have to at least know somebody who can do the numbers and have them teach you how to understand it in your creative brain. So I have a creative, I got a right side or left side or wherever the hell it is. And so it was very hard for me to get numbers. So I had people train me. You got to do the stuff you hate to do.
All right, so earlier you mentioned that you had multiple businesses succeed, but you had a few that failed. Was there any particular reason why those ones failed while your other ones succeeded?
That was mean to ask. We don't talk about our failures. That was terrific. I'm glad you asked. There are 3 things that will cause, when we go looking for a business to buy, which now our partnerships do, it's in this order: people, product, process. And it's almost like a 3-legged stool. If they're out of balance at all, you're screwed. So people, what kind of people do you have? You know, is the business built around strong, solid people that are, you know, right-minded and positively spirited? Second, and more important than number 3, but less important than number 1, the product. What's the product, right? Is it a product people actually do need, or are you convincing yourself of that because you're really good at X, you know? I'm really good at Mexican food. That makes me ignore that there's 4 other Mexican restaurants in Ashtabula. But I'm still gonna, no. Anybody know Briquettes in Ashtabula?
Absolutely.
Wonderful barbecue. They were going to be a crepe business. They were going to sell crepes. Oh, crepes are cool, but not in Ashtabula. You know, we know crepe paper in Ashtabula. We don't know what those things that are right is. And then last is process. And so process means, can you sustain the product model? And it just means, can you get the right ingredients for the Mexican food? Can you get the right people? Do you have a process for getting people? See where I'm going? And so that leads into give you the quick answer. 3 of my failures were the wrong people. None of them were the wrong process, and one of them none of them were the wrong product. One of them was the wrong process. We couldn't sustain. It was a great product and they were great people, but the process wouldn't sustain a profit. But the 3 big mistakes were investing in someone that I shouldn't have. One of those being myself. Truly. I mean, there are 2 other people that I invested in, but I invested in myself to build a condominium development when I didn't know shinola about building or about selling condos or anything else. And it failed miserably. We got killed.
Well done. Thank you all for joining us. Could we get a round of applause for Tim coming out?